21 CR 8727, State of Texas versus Esmeralda Valdez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state. Your Honor.
Defense.
John Coons from Ms. Valdez, and I'm standing in for Ms. Enriquez.
All right, any objection to this attorney standing in for Ms. Enriquez? All right, you're gonna need to speak up.
No.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, so here's the thing. You're gonna have to speak up. If you cannot speak up where I can hear you and the court reporter can hear you, then I will send you back. And then once you're able to speak up, we will bring you back. Do you understand?
Yes.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review this with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are y'all proceeding on both counts or just count one? Count one only, is that correct? Or count two? Count two?
I believe we were doing both, Judge, because they're different substances.
I looked at the waiver and steps and it had both counts in it, Judge. What is it?
Oh, it just says punishment says be assessed at 2 years. It doesn't say if
I
you're,
think it's both counts.
I believe it's both counts because count one is the heroin and count two is in that.
okay. Thank you. All right, Ms. Valdez, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand in count one, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. And in count two, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. Both of those counts are third-degree felonies. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
There's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty as charged in count one and count two. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We would request that today. Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we would request that you follow the plea bargain. This is slightly unusual in that this is not a deferred offer, but my client had conferred with Ms. Enriquez yesterday and decided that she didn't want to apply for deferred. So we would request that you give her the 2 years probated for 3 and run those counts concurrently.
All right, if you're released today, where would you be living? And with who, I should say?
My mother.
Does your mother want you staying with her?
Yes.
Did you ask her, or are you just assuming because she's your mother, she wants you to stay with her?
No, I asked.
All right, when's the last time you asked?
I spoke to her before I came in to jail.
All right. What's your drug of choice and how often are you using?
No.
Huh?
Yeah, no.
Heroin? How often are you using heroin? I'm sorry?
Occasionally.
No, you're doing more than occasionally if you're going into places and taking people's things. How often are you using heroin? Here's the thing. I'm trying to consider not one, whether I'm going to follow this plea bargain agreement. 2, I'm trying to consider what would be best for you. Now, it appears that you agreed to your underlying sentence being 2 years. If you just want to go for prison for 2 years, I will send you today to prison for 2 years. But otherwise, you need to be honest with me, because if you're not, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you out. I'm going to follow this plea bargain agreement, send you out to the free world and have you call the UA hotline. And at some point in time, you're going to get caught for using heroin. And then you know what's going to end up happening? They're going to file a motion to revoke and you're going to be right back at jail. And you're going to come back to me and then you're going to say, oh no, I need help. I use heroin. So you need to be honest with me. How often are you using heroin? And it's not occasionally. I know that much.
Then
Why was that so hard to tell me? I'm sorry?
Are you embarrassed?
yes.
All right. Well, here's the thing. We are all on a journey, hopefully, of improving our lives. Where we are now is hopefully not where we will end in our growth. So hopefully today, maybe today will be the worst day that you can have. And maybe from here on out, you'll make changes to improve yourself and you won't be back. You won't be using heroin again. You understand?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
None.
How far did you go in school?
10,
Why did you drop out?
attendance.
I'm sorry, what?
Attendance. My mom took me out
Why would your mom take you out of school?
because she had a problem. I was not going, was skipping.
Were you struggling with drugs already at that point?
No.
All right, I don't think her mother is the person for her to be living with this. If you have a mother who's going to take somebody out of school at 10th grade. Have you ever had employment?
Yes.
Doing what?
Worked there in 7-Eleven,
How old are you?
27.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. I'm sorry, before I do that, any other questions, Mr. Kuntz?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I'm going to sentence you to 2 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's going to be a TAP evaluation while in custody. Follow all TAP recommendations.
Do we know how long it's taking for the TAC evaluations?
How long?
1 to 2 weeks.
Okay,
All right, $57 restitution to SAPD. There's going to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And I know you all were recommending sober support meetings 2 times a week. That's your agreement. But I think she needs more than that. So I have not followed your agreement with regards to the sober meetings. Is there going to be an objection?
no, Judge, and just for the record, I've explained to my client about, with regard to the restitution and the fine and the court costs and things, that the most important thing for you is to make sure she shows up where she's supposed to show up, when she's supposed to show up. Even if she's running low on money and can't necessarily afford the probationary fees or anything like that, as long as she shows up and tries to stay in compliance with everything else, that she should be okay with you.
Yes. We're going to do the UA hotline until further notice. $500 fine will be probated, proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. 200 hours of community service restitution. Those hours will be waived if you obtain your GED or if you obtain some sort of trade certificate or something that can make yourself better in place to get employment. You understand?
Yes.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
Are you thinking a conviction for her to obtain her or?
Yes. So you're going to either have to obtain your GED or complete some sort of trade school. But once you do that, your community service hours will be waived. You understand?
Yes.
But regardless, you have to complete it.
Yes.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, can we go off the record? All right, what are the tattoos about?
My miscarriage,
No, I'm sorry.
my ex-relationship is passing.
All right, and on the other arm?
This is a green card.
All right, is there any gang affiliation involved with you?
No.
Any gang affiliation involved with in your past relationships
No.
with the people you were dating?
No.
All right, so probation, if you can make sure you look into that. All right, is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right. In this court, communication is key to be successful on probation. If there's an issue or something that's going wrong in your life and you need some help with it, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing the issue, you can always come to court and let me know and we'll see what's going on.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you. 2021 CR 8727, State of Texas versus Esmeralda Valdez. Can our parties announce for the record for the state
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
defense?
Cornelius Scott for the defendant.
And are you Ms. Valdez?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Esmeralda Ann Valdez who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 8727 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on July 26, 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Judge, I just want to address it because I do have two.
There is count 1 and count 2. She pled guilty to count 1. I'm sorry, she pled no contest to count 1 and no contest to count 2 on July 26, 2023. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find her guilty. The court found her guilty of count 1 and count 2, and count 1 and count 2 were to run concurrently.
Judge, I just want to make sure.
Yes.
And can I just read one violated condition for each of them?
Yes.
Violated condition on or about the day of November 2000. And the detonator failed to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Substance Abuse Treatment Facility. And that the defendant was unsuccessfully discharged from the program in violation condition number 38.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violations of, and you, I'm sorry, you're pleading true to violation of condition 38 in count 1 and in count 2, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of 38 in count 1 and count 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in the prison? Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of conditions 38 in count 1 and count 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of 38 true in count 1 and count 2. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. And that agreement is to revoke the individual off her community supervision and to sentence her to 2 years TBC for count 1 and count 2 to run concurrent. That's great.
All right, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will follow your agreement. The court will sentence you to 2 years and count 1 and in count 2. Count 1 and count 2 will run concurrently. And just so the record is clear, court is granting the motion for revocation. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to the attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Valdez, if you would like, I can have you referred to the therapeutic community. It does not increase the time that you're in custody. So for example, you've been sentenced to 2 years. If you're in the therapeutic community and let's say you're not finished with their program, they're not going to say, oh, she will spend time, but we're going to keep her. That's not the way it works. The therapeutic community is something that will help you on track or keep you on track. So if you would like that, I can order it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to order it now. I do not have jurisdiction to force them to do that. So once you get back to the jail, you'll have to request it as well. If you don't request it, they will not consider it.
My name is Happy. I upload courtroom video for education purpose. This video may contain copyrighted works not specifically authorized for use, but believed in good faith to be protected by the fair use doctrine under Section 107 of U.S. copyright law.